Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Town of Limington Select Board meeting for June 5th. We will call the meeting to order at 7:01 and begin by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. We'll call for an approval of the meeting minutes for last week, May 29th, 2025.
I make a motion to approve last week's minutes, May 29, 2025.
I will second that. Any discussion?
No discussion.
No discussion? All in favor? Thank you. Approval of the warrants for week 22. Payroll warrant number 45 for $34,789.97, and the appropriations warrant number 46 for $454,264.12, for a total of warrants 45 and 46, $489,054.09.
I make a motion to approve payroll warrant 45 and appropriations warrant 46.
I second that. Any discussion?
No discussion.
All in favor? So moved. Thank you. Purchase order requests, David.
All right,
Would you care?
I will.
Oh, thank you.
Purchase order request, Fire EMS, a request to pay Jason Libby parts for trailer, $925. A request to pay IIA Fire Department testing, $5,467.40. A request to pay Emo Brayley for wheel lug nuts and studs for the ATV, $129.64. A request to pay Concentra for pre-employment physicals for $163.
I make a motion that we approve the purchase order requests for fire and EMS.
I will second that.
Any discussion?
No discussion.
All in favor?
Purchase order request for Parks and Rec, a request to pay Town of Old Orchard Beach for a track meet for $135. A request to pay Richard Patnod for a pickup truck for rec department, $19,500. And a request to pay Sleepers Ace Hardware for supplies, $82.64.
I make a motion to approve the Parks and Recreation purchase order requests.
I will second that.
Any discussion?
No discussion.
All in favor? So moved.
Purchase order request for Public Works, a request to pay Standish Auto Parts window regulator and M12 batteries for $138.23. A request to pay Industrial Clean Lab for, it's called Treelet, for $581.90. A request to pay Amazon TP $33.41.
I make a motion to approve the Public Works purchase order requests.
I will second that.
Any discussion?
No discussion.
All in favor? Thank you.
Municipal Complex purchase order request, a request to pay WB Mason 5 tape dispensers for $12.85. And I will add on the Davis Memorial Library, a request to pay Town of Limington debt card refill for $500, and a request to pay Amazon $79.60.
I make a motion that we accept the Municipal Complex and the Davis Memorial Library purchase order requests.
I will second that.
Any discussion?
No discussion.
All in favor? Thank you very much.
And select board weekly activities.
All right. Joyce was in visiting us.
Joyce
The
was
planning
in
board.
visiting us today.
Talking a little bit about the agendas and the planning board topics of concern.
Mm-hmm.
So had a nice chat with Joyce. Nice to see her.
Yeah.
Um,
Jason's out this week.
Yes, he is. He has commitments for today. He was in briefly.
He was in
This
briefly
afternoon,
today and then had to
and
leave.
then left.
Yes.
So
Yep. The only other big thing we had today was Mellon and Sons.
yes. Steve Mellon came in just before the meeting and spoke with us. The curbside waste contract for 3 years is coming to an end. In June is our last month for the contract, and he came in and spoke with us. If we renew this, it's going to be the same for another 3 years. We are going to request public input for this because it is such a, it's a hefty amount. It's $25,000 a month. We also talked a little bit about, had we heard any complaints or anything? I don't think that we have an awful lot of complaints. So we are leaning towards renewing the contract on our own as select board members. We just want to let the people know and let them come in and talk to us. The timing for that is June 26th is when we'll have public input next week, which is the 12th, because we are not in office on June 19th, because it's a holiday. So we're going to ask for public input next Thursday night, and then we will vote June 26th, which is just in time to renew the contract. So we'll let the people know about that, which is what we just did. We also got notice, speaking along the terms of trash, Eco Maine is upping their tonnage costs. So that's concerning, since we've already, due to our tonnage costs and trying to keep the budget as tight as we could for the year, we've already spent more than half on that budget line. So we may be seeking, before the end of the year, a special town meeting. I am going to be looking into the tonnage costs and what we are paying and how many tons are going in. So next week, hopefully, we can have a better update on the monthly costs and what the expected shortfall could be by the end of the year. So I hope to bring more information. I didn't have time. I've got the folder on my desk, just haven't had time to go through the monthly costs right now. So more to come. We'll talk about that next week. So. Going back to June 12th, all right, well, before I do that, we have to make a motion, and I will make that motion to go into executive session for next week. So I move that the board go into executive session pursuant to 1 MRSA number 4056A to discuss personnel matters, and 1 MRSA 4056E, legal counsel. We will be finalizing the compensation package, the employment contract for the new town manager. And we will be voting on that in session to agree or not agree at the 7 o'clock on air on the,
After the session.
after we've finalized the contract details. We'll vote to accept it. So that's what we'll do next week after the executive session.
I will second your motion.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. After all that talk. All in favor? Thank you.
2 weeks after, because the 19th is a holiday.
Yes, the 19th is a holiday. The
12.
next week, we're having executive session.
Yep.
We're going to discuss the employment contract. And then when we come out here, we'll make an open vote on it.
You said something about the weekend.
Well, yeah, no. We are hoping to appoint Matt as the town manager on the 26th and having him here present for that, for the people. That's June 26th. And now that I see your face, I am going to, we talked about this in office.
Yep.
And I'm going to make a motion that the, the town of Limington pay the Limington Academy Well Association an increase of $100 this year from $500 to $600, because being new on the association,
Congratulations.
it is very evident that there is not much funds there. So we are asking everyone that pays to increase a little bit in order just to keep us liquid for another year or two, because of the costs associated are not, what the funds going in are not covering what's coming out. So,
You say we, it was voted on by the, I'm sorry, Tammy, but you know, when you say we want to make sure that it's not the town's idea, it was voted on by the well.
the Well Association, yes, said that we are going to increase to the people, but I also need to say, we voted on that, and we're going to vote on that here, to increase that. Because the Well Association, yes, put it forward as a motion to increase, and now we need to be legal and ask the town to increase the $100. So, I make a motion that we will increase from 500 to 600 for year 2025.
Was
Because
there-
it's paid for in November.
Was there another cost too?
Sorry, it isn't paid for in November.
The test is done in November, right? The well test. I'm sorry, that's right.
The $600 fee, though, that you're proposing would be the town's fee for the year.
Right, the town fee. But when does the town normally pay?
As soon as the treasurer sends a purchase order to the town.
Okay, so that will be forthcoming from the treasurer of the Well Association. Thank you for clarifying that.
To clarify.
Yep, nope, thank you so much. I want to make sure
That's all
it's,
I'm saying.
so I was thinking, well, we haven't paid that yet because I haven't seen it, so.
Wasn't there
Because it
another
hasn't
fee
been
too?
asked yet.
Wasn't there another fee that you wanted to increase?
No, the
To
other two
250?
people on the well are increasing. So that doesn't come out of our pocket.
Okay.
It comes out of others.
You want to redo your motion?
I will. I'll make a simpler motion.
Yes.
I will make a motion that the town of Limington pay the Limington Academy Well Association $600 this year, which is an increase of $100.
I will second your motion.
All right. Any more discussion? Any more tripping over my motion?
I have no more discussion.
Okay. All in favor? Thank you.
This is all the fun you missed last week.
You know, that's what happens when I don't write down everything I'm going to say before I say it. Just saying.
It is in your notes.
I know. I know. But I didn't write it all out about the 500 and the 600
Yep.
and the date that it was paid.
Yep.
Or the pay is going out. Patty put together something for you. I'll let you read it.
Okay.
This is a report, a weekly update, well, it's a monthly update from the 3 different positions. You can,
Oh, boy.
all right.
Thanks, Patty. All right. Are we moving on to our departments then? I'll read it. Are you ready?
Thank you.
Okay.
Because I couldn't get a copy, the copier was busy,
Yeah.
so I'll give it to you.
From the office of the town clerk, we will be voting this coming Tuesday, June 10th. June 10th, the MSAD 6 budget validation and MSAD 6 board members. Here at the municipal complex, polls are open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. ATV registrations
What's the date
expire.
on that again, please?
That would be June 10th.
June 10th,
June 10th, 9
That's-
a.m. to 8 p.m.
Tuesday.
Here at the municipal complex. It doesn't say who's running. I think it's up on the board up there on the door, if I remember correctly. ATV registrations expire on June 30th. The new registrations are available. Cost is $75. From the Office of Tax Collector, on May 23rd, 172 30-day notices were mailed out letting people know that their taxes would be going to lien in June if not paid. The new 2025 tax bill should be out around July 1st. So again, May 23rd, 172 30-day notices were mailed out for back taxes. Office of the Treasurer, Revenue Collections, in May of 2025, collected $307,377.53. Some highlights of this revenue are vehicle excise tax in the amount of $95,005.58. State revenue sharing, $60,000, $415.14. 2024 tax collections, $36,653.07, and $66,707.39, which is sent to the state of Maine for Bureau of Motor Vehicles, inland fisheries and wildlife fees, and dog licensing. Compared to last year, 2024 collections that were $320,494.68 are down $13,117.15. Excise tax is down $16,265.78. Revenue sharing up $11,931.10. Tax collections in May is down $2,823.64. And revenue sent to the state for BMV and IFNW is down $64.06. Thank you, Patty.
Excellent. All right, we have no CEO because that's done every other week.
CEO will be next week.
All right. Would you like to do Limington Fire and EMS?
I can. Limington Fire EMS weekly report, week ending May 31st, 2025. Number of calls for service this week was 14. That includes 12 EMS calls and 2 fire calls. Month to date is 50. Year to date is 289. Schedule status, the schedule was complete for the week. Trainings and meetings, in-house, Wednesday night, crews went over the extrication equipment and all other small engines. Maintenance conducted or needed. Equipment, a chainsaw was used and needed the chains replaced. DPW accomplished. The hydraulic pump to the old set of extrication tools needs a new spark plug boot. This will be completed in-house. The vehicles, engine 2 is still out of service while we locate a place to have the truck worked on. Engine 6, Deputy Chief Libby swapped the inverter on the truck from 1,000 watts to 5,000 watts. The old inverter continually tripped due to the load from chargers on the truck. DPW has the UTV to swap out the tracks for tires for the summer season. During the swap, it was discovered that a few of the wheel studs were stripped. The new studs are on order and the UTV is out of service until they arrive. Engine 7, there's a small air leak from under the cab. DPW is aware and will look at it. Hours used this week was 441.5. Special notes, month to date, we are 1 call ahead of last May, and year to date, they are 16 calls behind last year. There were 2 requests for mutual aid assistance this week, one to Shakopee Rescue and one to Standish Rescue. On Friday the 30th, the 3rd grade students from HB Emory came to the station as part of their field trip around town. The students learned about the different types of emergencies we respond to, i.e. structure fires, woodland fires, water rescue, and EMS, and what gear is required for each type. The students had a great time, as did we. Special thanks to Teddy Plumley and Madison Moody for making their visit a success.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You want to do Public Works this week?
I can do that. Public Works this week, they moved some rocks at the dump, removed them. They're waiting on loom for that project. So they removed the rocks, flattened it out, and now they're just waiting for some loom to place on it. They did some cleaning up on Wellback Road. They did some cleaning over at a pit. And then they played with the beavers on Pine Hill again.
It's a tug of war.
It's a tug of war. They talked about trapping. Let's see if we can.
Like with the beavers, could you please kindly explain that?
The beaver dam was removed on Pine Hill Road again.
The beaver dam?
Yeah.
The beavers lived happily ever after.
The beavers are still there to do their business. But the dam is down so the water can flow as needed. There was discussion about trapping and relocating, but we'll have to speak to Jason also.
Because I don't think we're discouraging them any.
Yeah. I don't think they're being
They're just
fed.
going to go find more trees. or whatever
That's
they-
it with Public Works there that they reported this week.
Okay.
Do you want me to continue?
Please do.
Okay. Limington Parks and Rec Department. Current programs, before and after care program at HB Emery. Coffee social every Wednesday from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. at the Old Town Hall. Indoor pickleball Tuesday and Friday nights at HB Emery from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturdays 9 a.m. to noon. T-ball and coach pitch baseball. Track and field, rugby K through high school, and intro to softball clinic. Open registration, register online at limingtonrec.com. Summer Camp 2025, open to kindergarten through 8th grade. Community yard sale is going to be Saturday, June 7th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Limington Municipal Building due to the weather. 4th of July, we're looking to expand our 4th of July event with a community celebration at Blake Memorial Field after the parade. We are looking for local businesses to sponsor games and activities for the community, volunteers to help with the day, entries for our parade, which begins at 10 a.m. on the 4th, and please join us for a cornhole tournament at noontime and fire department kickball game at 3 p.m. that day. Fireworks are on Thursday night, which is July 3rd at dusk. More information and registration available at limingtonrec.com. Momodeo is open for the season. The daily fee is $10 per vehicle, and season passes are $50 for residents and $75 for non-residents. Their track team's final track meet is tomorrow at Old Orchard Beach, where 8 communities will be participating. Is that still going on?
Pretty cool.
When I talked to them, they weren't sure.
Okay.
They were like,
So I think that's going to be on hold due to rain tomorrow. And that's it for Madison.
Okay. One other thing that I have written down that I found on my notepad is the cleaning contract has now been signed.
Yep.
Thank you, David, for all
You're
your work
welcome.
on that. So they will start this week.
Yep.
So that's excellent.
Cleaning contract for all municipal buildings starts this week. Been working on some Bureau labor stuff for Public Works,
Right.
getting
Yeah.
those guys fit tested. So
Bringing everybody into compliance.
bringing people to compliance.
That's-
You know how I like to write reports.
It's all a good thing. Yeah, because there's always audits, there's always checkpoints, and we're just trying to stay up with all of it. So we're very grateful for all the work that's been going on and all the things that have been written and taken care of. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. I'll read this. Do you have any other things that we've talked about?
No,
I think we've covered
I think we got everything this week.
just about everything.
Yeah. Just little housekeeping things. I did the report for the state, for the 2-year report for the state for trash. We've been going through our audits.
Yeah, Nikki's in the middle of
Nikki's
an
in the middle of
audit.
those.
Of grants.
Audit wars.
Auditing grants and things like that. So, yes, thank you, Nikki, for all your work on that. It's not easy.
Patty did a lot too.
And
Patty did a lot too, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always audits. Looking up paperwork,
Yeah.
finding paperwork. So,
Yep.
always a fun time. Okay, for the weekly announcements, the Select Board office hours are Thursdays 2 to 8. The on-air meeting time is Thursdays at 7. Transfer station hours are Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 4, and Wednesday noon to 4. A transfer station sticker must be attached to your vehicle windshield for the disposal of all items. Stickers are available at the town office for $20. No sticker is required to use the swap shop. The transfer station does not accept brush, yard clippings, or hazardous waste, but Riverside Recycling in Portland does take these items. General assistance applications are available from the Select Board office during their normal business hours. Applications must be filled out and accompanied with supporting documentation and must be signed and returned to the GA Administrator or Town Clerk office. The Planning Board meets at the Municipal Complex the first and third Monday evenings at 7 p.m. And their next meeting is the 16th of June.
16th.
Okay, no other announcements. We will open it up to the general public if they have anything to speak on.
Jason Smith, Morgan Lane. I didn't have anything until you guys started talking.
That normally happens.
Just wanted to shout out to Patty because I think that I may have created some work for her, but I appreciate hearing the update from her office. Mellon and Sons Trash. You said the contract expired the 26th?
No,
So it expires at the end of this month.
At the end of June,
Yep.
okay. But you don't think you're going to sign a contract if Mellon and Son gets approved and everything goes well, you'll be signing that on the 26th?
Yeah, so what I asked, because we were going to sign it, so I just wanted to make sure that we put it out to the general public for any feedback before we signed it.
Okay.
So,
And that doesn't have to go out to bid or anything because you guys,
it's pretty basic
That'd
for every town that are being serviced in our area.
he was very
So-
generous to share some information, but we're in line with everybody else. Yep.
okay. And that's going to go for 3 years from basically July 1st to 3 years.
Correct.
My next question doesn't matter then. There was some discussion, some rumors about town, some suggestions about making it mandatory for cardboard recycling. In other words, Mellon and Son does not pick up cardboard beside the road anymore. Maybe something to bring up on the 12th, I guess. And that
Or we
would
can bring it up to them.
probably.
I know it was brought up last week that we should probably do a cardboard recycling program instead of having them pick it up. But I
mean,
think it
we
was
have
just
a-
a suggestion.
We have a cardboard
Yeah.
recycling program.
I mean, EcoMaine.
Yeah, but the
Yep.
town, at the transfer station, they take cardboard up there.
Yeah.
And I guess the suggestion is that we could save a lot in the tonnage overage by probably,
For some-
cardboard doesn't weigh much until it gets wet. and
Yeah.
All of that.
So-
And when there's a lot of it.
Yeah, the
I'm
comment
sure
to
there
me
is.
was to make it mandatory,
Right,
so,
yeah. Just some food for
Yeah.
thought.
Clarify, I'm sorry, they're not picking up Mellon, it's not picking up.
They are picking up cardboard. They'll pick up pretty much anything that people leave
Yeah.
outside the road.
Yeah.
With some
as long as it's
exceptions.
not loose, they'll pick it up, so,
But I'm very interested in these.
I mean, if it's broken down and stacked, they're still taking it, right?
yeah, because it's contained within a box,
Yeah,
so, but if your trash breaks open, they're not gonna pick up your trash if you put your trash out and it
Right.
gets eaten.
yeah. And that was the
They'll take
concern
the
is that
bag, but
there's-
the trash that's laying around is gonna stay.
There's a great big Amazon box full of
Yeah.
broken down boxes of cardboard, and that's all going roadside trash.
Yep,
And we're paying, yeah,
Twice as much.
twice as much, correct.
correct.
Tonnage.
Which I think EcoMaine tried to talk to us about the recycling, where to put the container so it's easily more accessible, or some sort of change to the sticker so people can recycle, or moving it here to the town hall again.
Right.
So, which
I
may
mean,
not be.
definitely, it used to be free to get in up there.
Yeah.
And now you have to buy the sticker. I mean, what's the price of that? 25, 30 bucks, something like that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not a
20.
It was
lot.
$20, yeah.
It's $20. I mean, but it's,
Yeah.
maybe that's,
Also getting people to actually drive to the transfer station too. So
right, absolutely.
they may want to do the whole cardboard recycling, but they may not want to drive to the transfer station.
Yeah.
So,
And then the tonnage that you were talking about, that you're thinking about being is over, is that just the roadside, or is that everything?
I gotta look into what they sent out, because it's going up.
July 1st, it's going up to 116 and a half per tonnage from 113 and a half.
But you
So it's
said
going
that
up
we
$3.
were more than halfway through our budget and not halfway through the year. So was
Correct.
that for just the roadside pickup? or
Well,
was that-
I'm,
You're not sure?
the prices that are on here don't really match what we're looking at in the bill. So I need to look at that, see why these amounts here are different.
Okay.
And it also said a commercial tipping fee increase. So that word in there alone makes me question. So, and bulky is going up $3 per ton. That's probably what's down at the transfer station in the bins that's going there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I want to look at all of it, the whole breakdown, to see.
So then the last thing I got is fun. Actually, I got two more things. The flag donation thing that I spoke about last week.
I wasn't
we
here
have
last
had
week.
10 flags and $80 to this point donated, which is awesome. It's a good start. That's still on there. Wanted to mention that it's still open. We're taking donations. You
When's
can
your
drop them
deadline?
off. We don't really have a firm one, but the flags come in like 3 or 4 days when we order them off Amazon. So as long as we get them in time and can screw them to a flagpole,
You've got $80 donated so far?
$80 donated,
How many flags have you purchased?
and 10 flags have been
Donated.
donated.
Oh, 10
Two
flags have been,
separate things.
Yeah.
One of
Oh,
them was
okay.
a donation
Thank
of
you.
10 flags. One of them, 2 separate donations of $40 each.
and you have the size of those flags, which are appropriate to hang? Do you want them all the same size?
Probably like 3 by 5s.
I think
the
the
standard flag.
3x5s, I'll have to confirm what the ones that were already purchased were, but we'll probably just buy all that same thing, just so that they're all uniform.
Uniformed.
And they did come in already, from the person that bought them. I think he put it out on Facebook. It was Jason and his wife. So I think that's probably not.
Oh, my.
and I-
Mr. Webb says.
So I saw them, I looked at them, they're nice quality, very reasonably priced, strong bracket. I checked them out. I'm glad they ordered them, so then now I know what we can order with the money and stretch
Yeah.
our dollars. So good information there. Yeah, so I've taken donations on my personal Venmo account, which isn't ideal, but it works, so that people can donate that way because it's easier. And then they have graciously been accepting and stuffing an envelope here at town, although I don't think there's anything in it yet, but,
That's not a place to leave.
what's that?
People can't just put money, I don't mean to be talking.
That's
about
fine.
money,
No.
But maybe you could just clarify that when you said an envelope, that nothing's in it yet, but there is an envelope.
Yes, I don't know if there's actual in an envelope, but Patty and Bev have agreed to put money someplace safe
Great.
as a collection point for the flag donations.
Mm.
And again, it is outside town at this point.
Are the poles aluminum on the
Yeah.
flags?
Yes, I believe they are. Yep. And I believe the bracket's aluminum and it's a rugged aluminum and all that stuff. Was there any update? I know getting all three of you in the room together has been difficult, but Jason and you were talking about having the conversation with David when he got back about whether or not that could actually be a donation fund officially in the town, or whether or not that needed to go. I talked to Madison about it, and he seemed like he would be kind of open to making that part of like the parade, because I think there's a parade donation account already.
Okay,
There is a parade donation account, right? I think.
I think so.
He's got a couple of different ones, whether or
Yeah.
not they're actually
I didn't bring my
separate
book
accounts
out
and
with
things
me,
like
it's
I
in
don't
the
know what
office.
But anyway, so Madison.
I'm up
said
for
he-
discussion on that. See
Yeah.
if the town wants to take donations on the regular to make
Yeah.
sure it goes on annually,
Yeah,
if that's what you're asking for.
yeah,
Yep.
so you guys discuss it. Before Patty and Bev can actually put money into an account, I think we need you guys' approval on that,
Yeah.
I think.
She is the treasurer, so all money go to her.
And so the other thing is, we are definitely looking for commercial vehicles, tractors and floats for the parade. Been in a couple of meetings and we've discussed it. I was talking with Madison the other day, and if anybody knows anybody with commercial vehicles that they'd like to pass it through a car wash and put it in the parade, we'd love to have it. While you're talking with Mellon and Sons, I think they had their trash truck in there last year, maybe a couple of years they've done that.
The new one.
Yep,
All right.
I think they like to show off the new
Now,
one.
do they contact people, commercial people who were in previous, or how did they go about asking for
I'm
commercial vehicles?
not 100% sure, but I told Madison I was going to start making phone calls.
Oh, okay.
I think some of the people that have done it in the past, there's only, it was Waltz and Sons and Mellon and Sons.
SDs? No? Have they been before to here?
I don't know, but I think Allstate, Carroll,
Yeah.
I think they've been in it before. So yeah, definitely I'm just going to just kind of make a list and start
Maybe
reaching out.
Murray?
Other fire departments.
I think Emil takes care of fire departments.
All I know is I was at the back of the parade last year, so I didn't get to see it.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Somebody maybe will video it for you.
Yeah.
Hey, it was videoed because Saco River came out and used a drone and videoed it.
Yeah.
So it's on their website.
Yeah, so, and then floats, seemed like we've been very lacking in floats the last few years.
Mhm.
I know there'll be one. And tractors, antique cars, any of that stuff. Hey, if we have to push a softball game or a kickball game back because the parade's gone for 3 hours, so be it.
Yeah.
I don't
And
think that'll happen.
so
Well-
they can either get a hold of Madison or you,
Sure.
or are they going to go to the limingtonrec.com website to register?
I don't think there is any pre-registration for the parade. I think it is day of at a table
Okay.
at the parade.
He has it listed here for more information and registration.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Contact him.
Limerick, oh, I'm sorry, I keep saying Limerick. Limingtonrec.com.
There you go.
Yes. Thank you.
LimingtonRec.com.
Nothing
Or-
against Limerick.
Madison M. Moody, whatever it is. What's his
M.
first
Moody.
name?
M.Moody.
M.Moody.
At Limington, Maine.
limingtonmaine.gov.
Gov.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we'll put that call out right now for you, Jason, and next
Yeah.
week for tractors, floats,
Commercial vehicles.
commercial vehicles, and people who want to walk.
Antique
dance,
cars, walks.
Antique cars.
Candy.
We're really looking for a band, if anybody knows a band, because the one that we have had,
Socopee, yeah.
whatever it is
Yeah.
that rides on the trailer, I don't believe they're available this year.
Okay.
Actual instrument bands, or are you looking for like
I don't care.
a DJ?
Sure. Have somebody with a couple of turntables up on a float. Why not?
I think we know a DJ.
Is there a theme for this year?
I was frantically looking before I got up here. I think it's the great outdoors or the outdoors or something to that effect. Check out that, what's the website again?
limingtonrec.com.
Yes, and there will be flyers eminently, if they're not already posted on there. I've seen some versions of it going by, not sure where they're posted.
Okay.
I'm not the best one to probably speak to that, but I'm here.
All right.
I'm
so,
sure we
yeah.
should call Madison over
I was just
on
going to text him.
Thursday.
I'm like, maybe we text him right now, and so that we can
I
say
just
what the
was
theme
talking
is on air.
I think it's something the outdoors or the great
Okay.
outdoors or something to that effect. So.
All right. Yeah, because it hasn't been on the weekly update. The name, the
He hasn't mentioned anything as far as
the
themes
theme.
go. He's just requesting additional help, and so.
All right. So we'll get the theme of the parade out there.
And then I don't know if in your update, there was the kickball tournament, and then there's the cookout that night, right? Is that on there?
So they have the cornhole tournament, and then that afternoon is the fire department kickball game.
Yep.
Yeah, we read that here.
And that kickball game shortly thereafter, or in conjunction with that, is the snack shack will be open for burgers and,
Yeah, I think, I wasn't
Fries,
here last
burgers,
week, but the
hot
week
Uh,
dogs.
before, they talked
It
about
was
the
in
concession
his,
stand.
yeah, it was in it last week, what he wrote, so.
Yeah.
yep.
Snack Shack will be open
I think
during
Snack
the
Shack will be open
kickball
all-
game.
I think it'll be open all day, but we're
Okay.
doing.
And the
And they're still
kickball game
looking-
is between fire departments. So come
Gonna
out
have
and
the
support
EMS there.
Limington.
Gonna have EMS there on site,
Oh, yes.
just in case.
I think the theory is that they will be in their turnout gear, at least the bottom half with boots and a
Yes.
helmet.
Oh,
I don't
I
know.
think it's the bottom half.
We decided if they were going to wear their coats, EMS would be busy,
Yeah, depending on the heat of the
especially
day.
if it was 90 degrees and humid.
Right.
We're gonna need a rehab unit.
And then we were debating on whether or not the loser gets hosed down with the fire truck or the winner does, because we're not sure whether that's a benefit or a punishment.
If it's hot that day, I'm gonna lose.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you.
Yes. And if people want to have a booth or games or whatever,
Yep.
educational, something, that over there at the ball field that afternoon, that is very welcome. So,
LimingtonRec.com.
thank you. Is there any other business that we need to bring up tonight?
That's it.
That's it? Hearing none? Anybody else out there and the public want to speak? Okay. So I will entertain a motion.
I will second your motion.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Okay.
How's
I'll
that?
second your motion.
All right. It has been moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor? We are adjourned at 7:43. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Thank you very much, Owen, for